Then we can move into the final type of elasticity of demand, which is called cross elasticity of demand. Again, this is similar to what we learned already, like price elasticity of demand. Here we are measuring response of quantity demanded for a change in the other prices. I hope you can remember when we had the demand equation, we had factors affecting on demand. So the prices of other goods and services. We had one with prices of other goods. When we say other goods, those can be substitutes and complements. So there were two major types of other goods, substitutes and complements. We learn them. Substitutes are the things that we can use something for something else, like tea for coffee or coffee for tea. So these are substitutes, and complements are the things that we use together. To use something, we need to have something more, like SIM cards and mobile phones, as we agreed. So the impact of the change of these other prices also affect on the quantity demanded on our concerned good. And there will be some differences in the proportions, right? Maybe the price of other good increased by 10%, but our concerned good may be decreased by 10%. On the other hand, it can be increased by 10%, or it may be increased more than 10%, or it will be decreased more than 10%. So it depends on the type of the good that we are going to discuss. Anyway, the calculation is the same, right? So we are going to get the proportionate change in quantity demanded. We divide that by the proportionate change in price of the other good. So finally, we can set the point elasticity equation, something like this. Point elasticity of cross elasticity of demand can be calculated with delta QD divided by delta P of other goods. It could be a substitute, it could be a complement multiplied by price of other goods. It can be a substitute or it can be a complement divided by the quantity demanded, right? So it is same as the previous, so we don't want to take much time. You can put examples later and do the calculations. But if you take the final value of the cross elasticity of demand, looking at the final value of the cross elasticity of demand, we can define whether it is a substitute or a complement. If the cross elasticity of demand is a positive value, right? If a cross elasticity of demand is a positive value, which says that we are getting cross elasticity more than 0, right? Then we say it's a substitute, which says the two variables are going in the same direction. Price of a substitute increase, then what happened to the demand for the concerned good? That also increase. When the price of a substitute increase, some people, those who were consuming that substitute, will get away from that good and join with the concerned good. So quantity demanded for the concerned good is increased. Therefore, whenever cross elasticity of demand is a positive value, we say the relationship between the two goods are substitute. Right? On the other hand, when it is negative, we say it's a complement. Negative in the sense two variables are going in two different directions. When price of a complement, that is the other good, increase, then the quantity demanded for the concerned good will be decreased. You take the relationship between SIM card and the mobile phones. When the prices of a mobile phone increase, that is the price of other good, mobile phone, that is increase. Quantity demanded for SIM card, what happens to the quantity demanded for SIM cards? That will definitely decrease, because when price of mobile phone increase, quantity demanded for mobile phone decrease. When quantity demanded for mobile phone decrease, we need less number of SIM cards. Therefore, there will be less SIM cards demanded in the market. Therefore, we say the relationship is complement, right? So like the type of the good, luxury, necessary, or normal, then we define whether it is a substitute or a complement using the cross elasticity of demand. So when we calculate the cross elasticity of demand values, then we can say whether it is a substitute or a complement, depending on the relationship. Of course, whenever we are going to do the pricing, we need this information, because looking at the income elasticity and cross elasticity, we decide what to do with our price. And of course, even the price elasticity of demand is there. So we are looking at the price elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and income elasticity of demand whenever we want to set the price. That part we are not doing here. But if you do a higher order of economics, like the second course, so this is a fundamental one. So we do this analysis. But just for the moment, remember, these are very much important in calculating the price and tax and subsidies and so on. Later, few things I will be discussing.